What's going on, everybody, this morning? Monday morning, isn't it? Yes, it is Mafia in the Morning, episode 36, my friends. 36. I don't do the mornings too often these days, guys, so I am trying, when I have the opportunity, right? Figure we can go ahead and chat it up, man, see what's what in the world of 1-6 today, my friends. I know a couple people are pouring in right now, so I'll just say what's up to a few that are already here, man. Slugging 1-6, what is good, my man? Good afternoon, fellow collectors. Brian Daves, hey, answer first. You need a shed full of money. That's important. Then you need to find a wife will let you spend that shitload of money. Then again, if you have a wife and kids, you don't have any money. Good point, my friend. Good point, my friend. Payton 23 in the house. What is good, my man, as well? Mugwump, how you doing today, friend? Good afternoon. Hope all are well. I hope you are well as well, man. Collectible chats in the house. What's up, yo? What a blessed afternoon to all. Absolutely, my friend. DK, what's good, man? Just about to head to work. All right. 1-6 shape, what's up as well, man? In the words of Scott Hall, hey, yo. Hey. Oh, Fettuccine, what is up, my dude? AJ Agrusa as well. What else we got coming in the house right now? Blitz 65. Hola, friends. What is up? We got Fat Batman in the house. What is up, dude? Jason, my bro, 1-6 Salvo. We got Calvin popping in. What is good, Calvin? Man, I love all your statues, dude. Electric Collector also in the house. What is good, dude? What is up, man? What is up, man? Jermaine, what's good, man? What is good for you, my friend? Hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, and or evening, wherever you may be residing on this spinning rock through the cosmos, man, out there. I figure, you know what? It'd be a good time to kind of have a conversation, right? About how do we collect, right? How do you collect? You know, there's a lot of, sometimes it can get kind of difficult, right? Where there's all this cool stuff out there. There's so much cool stuff. And how do you, like, do you have the willpower? Do you have is there self-control? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man, in the chat. Like, and I'll break it down like kind of how I do. And there's no right way, right? There's no right or wrong way. But for me, I really had to fine tune where I want to be as a collection as a whole, right? Because sometimes it's difficult, man. You got people out there like Calvin who is badass because, you know, he's got a mix of stuff and statues and figures and vehicles and all sorts of stuff, man. I can't do it because I feel like, for me, like, space is an issue, and then trying to make it like a semblance of, you know, some type of scene, you know, in your space, wherever you may, you know, have your collection. It just, dude, it's rough for me, man. So I end up sticking typically with you know, six scale stuff, man. It's rough, man. I do have Batman Forever Robin. Yeah, he's yeah, right there. And then I have Batman shortly coming for that, man. Say what's up to a couple people in the chat too while we're pouring in, man. What else we got here? Chuck G in the house. What is good, my dude? So Jermaine says, when it comes to a figure I really want, I have no self-control. Look, that's a big thing, right? I mean, I feel like, you know, you look at stuff and everything looks great. Everything looks great. Star Wars, I had so much Star Wars. I had so much Star Wars. And then I realized, you know what? There's too much Star Wars for me to just collect, because if I was to just collect like Star Wars, that's all I would be able to collect. That's all I would be able to collect, right? So it's you choose, right? So for me, I'm just like, you know what, original trilogy, that's what I really, really love. So that's what I collect for Star Wars. 16 Shape says, there is a willpower, but sometimes I just want to get something, but I have to stick to my budget. See, that's the other problem too, right? The other problem with that is, okay, so you are collecting something. I don't know what's going on with my chat, dude. It is bugging out right now. But then, like, so you'll be waiting for something, right? Perhaps you're waiting for something to come out and it's not out yet. So what do you end up doing? What I see a lot of people doing, myself included, don't lie out there, I know you guys have done it. You're like, well, shit, what's available today, right? Like, what's, you know, sometimes you're waiting around and you end up just buying something because you're like, well, this is in stock, I can get it in a couple days. It is almost like an itch, you know, that you're trying to scratch. It's the drug sometimes. Bob Dylan in the house. What is good, my man Bob, man? Boba Fettuccini says, I'm an extraordinarily undisciplined collector. If I see something I have to have, which is a lot, I get it and worry about paying it for it later. Dude, I've been there. I don't recommend this buying model to anyone. Yeah, dude. Nor do I, but I've been there. It's Chuck G says, I collect based on my attachment on the character. I had a couple quarter scale figures. They take up so much room. Yeah, man. I had a couple quarter scales too. And it just, man, it doesn't fit for me. I love them. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, my Return of the Jedi Vader was so badass. And I got rid of it. Mario and other people are like, whoa, you got rid of it. I'm like, well, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit for me, dude. James, my man, thank you so much, man. He says, thanks for all the streams, Mafia. Glad I caught you live today. Well, thank you, man. I'm glad you caught me live too, man. It's always fun when everybody's participating live, man. Joe Lopez says, I only collect 6-scale Spider-Man comic-inspired figures. Oh, so Scarlet Spider, 2099. Iron Spider from Civil War. That kind of... I get you, man. I get you. And core skill statues. Also collect 10-scale X-Men. Bro, the Iron Studios is going to kill me. So I stopped. I was like, dude, I don't even look at them anymore. I mean, that's not true. I look at them. I see the Age of Apocalypse line coming and I'm like, I can't do them. I can't do them. I got the side chat on here, man. I think I might turn that off. It seems very in the way. Let me see if I can mess with this side chat here. I don't like how it's so big and in the way. Maybe we can slide it down that way. Maybe that'll work. All right. So let's see what else everybody in the chat has to say here while we move on, man. Because this is what it's all about, man. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this while I try to break down some of mine. Yeah, you got to have impulse. It's so hard sometimes. Mike Favela, what is good, my man? He says, here's my deal. I was seduced by the recent discount on Sideshow for the Mark 85 Battle Damage. Thankfully, my girl noticed and seduced me, and I missed the deal. Problem solved. Hey, you know, that works too. Look, I'm not gonna lie, that was the thing for me too. I was like, you know what? 32% off. I think he was $330 shipped, at least for me. And I thought about it. And then I was like, what the hell am I going to do with an endgame Iron Man? That's how they get you. That's how they get you, because if you're not into it and then you buy one, my brain is like, all right, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't just have this Iron Man. Well, shit, now I should probably get endgame Cap, you know, and then there goes the cycle, right? You see what I'm saying? So, little tough, man. Bob Dylan says, self-discipline is a false construct of the mind. Don't listen to Bob. That's a bad influence. That's a bad influence. Collect all plastic. My man. I love you, Bob. I only collect 6-scale Star Wars and 3 3/4 vintage. Hell yeah, dude. See, so you have a path, right? See, that's what's tough, man. Trying to stay on that path is really tough, dude. It's especially hard. It really is. And this year, 2023, is like, dude, they are dropping heat like everywhere. Every company's dropping fire this whole year. And with the way the economy is, everything being all crazy, money being kind of tight, I swear to God, 2023 is going to be a year that we look back on with a lot of low stock, a lot of awesome quality figures, collectibles. People are going to look back and be like, damn, like when the economy kind of fixes itself, whatever. This is a crazy year. This is a crazy year for collecting, man. 16 Shape says, third parties are my kryptonite. They're cheap, but before you know it, you're 800 in the hole and over budget. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of third parties fire, dude. Speaking of Bob Dylan, third parties sell out and rise in price much faster than Hot Toys lately. They do, man. It's crazy, right? It's nuts. Mugworm says 2 rules: collect within my means and only buy that which I absolutely must have. Yo, that is like the best advice that you can have right there. Collect within your means, right? And that's like everything in life, right? Always live within your means, right? Because make no mistake, this is like a luxury hobby. It really is. Like, we don't need any of this shit. So collect within your means, man. That's a big one. And try, right? You try to buy only what you absolutely like, dude. Only what you absolutely like. AJ says, I'm trying to be a little more disciplined and sticking to a few properties, mostly for space reasons, though. Yeah, because eventually, man, it becomes space, right? Because the way we look at it is that we always have, like, we already know what the hell it is that we do. We spend money to get items that bring us some kind of happiness. So money is already like the factor, right? Like, so if you are a collector, you already know you got to spend money. So I think most of us get used to that budget, right? We learn to budget, say, okay, this is how much we could spend, this is that, but eventually it becomes, okay, the budget's under control for the most part, but then space, right? Because then what happens? You get like my buddy Mario, where he's just run out of space. And like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I have limited, and it's tough. It's tough. King Dingling in the house, dude. What is up, dude? How you doing, bro? Pain, my man. I collect the souls of country bastards. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, man. It's awesome. Fucking Pain, man. Love you, dude. Let's see who else we got. Old 16 collector in the house. Hey, man. How you doing today, bro? He says, Mars Toys may change what I collect. They're going to drop multiple 66 figures and villains. I may sell out some other IPs to buy the Jazzing 60 Batmobile. Magic. Dude, bro, I'm telling you, man, I'm all in. I am all in. Mario, we did it was on Mario's show last night. He unboxed the 66 Mars Toys Joker, the prank villain. Mine should be coming around this week. I'm in on all the 66, man. And that's tough, right? You might sell other IPs. You're like, you know what? If you're a fan, right? Like, I don't want people to go in there and be like, don't follow the hype where people are like, oh, this Joker's amazing. Because that's the other part, right? That's the other part of collecting, where like we all kind of we are in and of itself a collective, right? We're a community. And so it's only natural that, if people are really excited about a figure, then you can get excited about that figure, right? Because you see other people being happy and you're like, wow, I want to be happy. That sounds badass. It looks really good. Everybody's loving this. Don't go into stuff like that, because that's easy to do, right? Where you're going to end up buying something. Like, a lot of these people may buy the Joker because everybody's having a great time with it and loves it, but that's because they love it. They love the property. And then if you don't have any, connection to it, and you get it because people are like, oh, this is great, then you're like, shit. You might like it for a week or two and you're like, I don't identify with this shit. Why did I buy this? That happens a lot. Mafia looks like an operator in the Matrix. Dude, I need a Neo, bro. Fuck. Jermaine says, the problem with me is I like a lot of franchises. Don't we all, my friend? So it drives me nuts a bit. You've got to have a vision. Like you said, you do. You absolutely do, man. I may be a little slow on the chat, guys, because I'm just trying to talk with all of you guys this morning. So I'll get to everybody here if I can. Joe Lopez says, I control that Iron Studios craziness by only grabbing the 90 styles blue and gold X-Men team with some exceptions, of course. I'm a comic head first, so it helps my focus. Joe, I'm a comic head too, bro. And yeah, blue and gold would be awesome. Both teams, man. You got Cyclops' team, you got Storm's team. But see, then they drop all these damn Sentinels, and I couldn't do it, man. I bought that damn Pain, man. Well, you know what though, Pain, you're into it though. It suits, no pun intended, but it suits your collection of where you're going, right? So, not for me though. I'm looking at it like a fucking deal, like I'm a crackhead. I'm like, well, that's a good price. I don't even know if I want this, but the deal's there, so I'm just gonna buy it because it's cheap, you know, and that's not a good thing to do. Mario, my brother, man, I need an endgame Iron Man. Well, I think the sale ended, brother. I think it might have just ended. Like the Collector says, I collect Lego statues. Oh, that's cool, man. Or Legos, statues, Hot Toys, Marvel artwork. It's getting crazy. I'm running out of room to, right? Man, I paid $500, 12 shipped for my Battle Damage Iron Man on release. So good for you guys. See, James, that's the other problem that like I have, right? Because you end up buying stuff and then there'll be discounts later. So I try not to rush either, but that's like a lesson learned for all of us at some point, right? I always bring that up. I bought Zombie Deadpool at Sideshow at retail with tax plus shipping. Shit was like $300. A couple weeks later, it was like $150, like in BSTs, and I was like, damn. Whatever. Hey, TX Boy 210 in the house. Yo, what's up, everyone? Crazy with all the sales going on, I was able to snag a Clone Wars Ahsoka for $150 with 40 in rewards. Dude, that's a nice score. That's a nice score, dude. Orlando Reyes, have anyone seen the 1/6 Mr. Knight? Yeah, So Toys is dropping some stuff today. Looks pretty good. I don't have anything up, but if you guys go to the So Toys Facebook group or any other groups, I'm sure you'll see people posting. It's looking pretty good, man. If you're a fan of the Moon Knight. Want to see Jazzy make a TIE fighter, dude? I do too, but it's so big, man. If nothing else, just make the cockpit or something, right? Commander Green, my bro, in the house. I'm sticking to my guns. Clone Wars and prequel era for me, and army build where I can. And you do, man. The past couple years, it's like that's your path, and that's commendable, man. That's like what I'm trying to do. You know, OT. Wow, what I did with OT, I own everything OT except the Jawa Gonk droid, which Mario likes to always rub in my face. But aside from that, right, like that's the path that I chose. So it's like, until we get some 40th anniversary Jedi, you know, Return of the Jedi or whatever, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good with my Star Wars collection. Jason says, I honestly think the issue is we're being cautious, but with the figures going waitlist has impacted how collectors budget and how they pace themselves. It's tough, right? Because the way that works now is that we're getting, they're like messing with us, right? They're well, not intentionally, but I'm saying like the psychology of collecting, at least going through Sideshow, has changed over the past year and a half, because now we're getting like more like learned behavior, because our old patterns were like, oh, well, Sideshow's going to take forever, whatever, so much stock, I'll just buy it somewhere else, save some money. Now everything's coming out in like low numbers. It's hitting waitlist a year before it gets into stock. So we all start thinking, we're like, well, wait a minute. Do I have to pre-order this now? Because I don't want to miss it. It's crazy shit, man. It did work out, Mafia. I said the same thing at the end of the day. I had the clean version, so do I really need another version of the same figure? Try not to double dip if I can. I get you there, man. I get you. Calvin says, luckily there really hasn't been much to grab my attention. Those are always nice. That moment of that respite right there has definitely helped me stay focused on the pieces I love. Yeah, dude. That's how I feel with Star Wars. I'm like, well, I'm not really grabbing anything, you know, except OT, so I'm good at least on that front. But then, you know, get other shit. So Tristan, hello, how you doing? He says, I only collect main characters and only in good media. Smart. It's very smart, you know. But sometimes it's hard, man. Pain says, I just buy whatever because I'm shit with self-control and don't give a fuck. I feel you, bro. Yes, collect everything else. Mario's enabling you, man. He's influencing you, Pain. Don't fall for the influence. Don't fall for the influence. SB must collect one of each Iron Man mark suits. Bro, there's like 76 Iron Mans. There might even be a little bit more than that. Fat Batman says, I buy what I love, period, but these private commissions are a deep hole. Yeah, man, when you start getting into customs like that, bro, it's expensive. Collector Joey in the house. What's good, my man? How you doing? Iron King says, we all say we collect responsibly. Next week, the N1 drops. Everyone loses control. And their beard. Isn't that right, Mario? I know you're still here. Joe says, space is key. I have a small office, so it forces me to keep things manageable. I could fit more stuff, but I hate looking like a hoarder when visitors come over. Gotta keep it clean. Yeah, dude, keeping it clean is another thing, right? Because you want to have that. Like the way I kind of had it before was I had like all my Star Wars in one cabinet, and I was like, that's too much. I like to have room to have my figures breathe a little. So that definitely becomes a problem, dude. It definitely does. Guys, I am really trying to catch up with chat here. I've had to really have a conversation with myself, says Blitz. Star Wars is my main focus, with select DC figures being a minor secondary. Figures, props, studio scales, etc. It's all starting to kick my ass. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm with you because there's so much cool shit that I want, and I follow everything, and I'm like, oh man, look at this statue that just came out, or this Predator, the Prime 1 Jungle Hunter Predator bust. I wanted the bust. I mean, of course, I'll take the third scale statue too, but like the bust, you know, you look at things like that, or I get like these nice art prints or posters or whatever. Not to mention I collect comics and I grade them. I have a CGC account. So then it's just like, dude, I'm all over the place. It sucks. Bob says, number one, buy the vehicle. Then number two, buy the figures to go with them. If it works out that way, Bob, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, case in point, you buy that DeLorean and then you got to go backtrack the Back to the Future 2 figures if you don't already have them. But I agree, man. Vehicles are game changers, man. They're so awesome. Justin McFly in the house, man. What up at work? Had to tune in on my 10-minute break. Hey, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, big time luxury hobby. It absolutely is, guys. Make no mistake. I feel like we got like first world problems here. You know, we're complaining about like prices of plastic and this and that and running out of space but hey, those are our problems and that's our world, man. So Iron King says, I'm thinking of selling all my Hot Toys for in-art. As the price of in-art, it's crazy and can't afford to collect both. Well, that's something to think about. I don't know how quick, you know, their pace of release of figures is certainly not going to be like Hot Toys. So if you want to like extremely slow down and just focus on that, that's not a bad idea either. Doc Smizzle in the house, the winner of the duck race. Saturday night, that was fun, man. That was fun. Says, what's up, everyone? Done with my afternoon meetings and ready for the real work to begin. Real work, tinker time. Are you working on the DeLorean again, man? I didn't say I was a crackhead. I didn't say you were a crackhead either, bro. I'm saying I feel that way sometimes. You know, with these deals, I just buy them to buy them. Mafia looks less Matrix operator than he does Klingon call center advice. Hell yeah, bro. I'll take it. That's badass. Blurred Dad Life in the house, man. What's good, my bro? He says, collecting multiple IPs is a challenge, so I go for the characters I love most. It will be very hard with Trek and 89 Batman. I know, man. Yeah, I get it, man. DK says, I finally started to sell a few sets. Transformers, Stranger Things, some Marvel to make room for the new. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that either, man. You know, like, that's how I look at it, because God knows, you know, I've sold a bunch of shit over the time. Mario teases me. He's like, oh, you're just going to sell it. Or, oh, you'll get it back. You'll buy it again. Right? I've done that. I've sold stuff and reacquired the same damn thing. Because your tastes, you know, sometimes they change, and so there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, you guys do whatever you want because it's your collection journey. It's your money. It's your space, right? Everybody collects in their own way. That zombie Deadpool's fire, though. He is, man. I also ordered dude, I'm telling you, bro, you can't Well, he's right there. Zombie Iron Man's right there, and then Zombie Deadpool's right there. I know it's a little. I love them. I love them both, man. It's badass, dude. Bob Dylan says, "Payne, if you are a crackhead, then that makes me a crack whore." Right out of your mouth, you said it. You said it, my man. My Ecto 1 will be a part of my Marvel Zombies display. That would be kind of cool if you're doing like a Ghostbuster kind of thing. I think that would be pretty cool. It's fun doing crossover stuff and having fun and just mix and match and stuff. I love it. Jermaine says, I collect other scales, not just 6 scale. I collect NECA figures as well. Mainly the Predator. Dude, the NECA Predator line's badass. That's the other problem that irritates me, because I see that. And then they're dropping, or have dropped, like the Alien vs. Predator, like arcade game figures, you know, the 90s arcade. It's like, damn. So cool, man. Anything with a great storytelling, I don't like to purchasing B-class characters or side characters. That is a big deal right there, you know, and a lot of people don't understand that sometimes, where like we'll be talking somewhere either on YouTube or in a, you know, Facebook group, Reddit post, whatever, you know, and people are like, well, why isn't Hot Toys or why isn't, you know, XYZ company making this figure? And it's like, well, because honestly, a vast majority of collectors are going to buy the main characters. It's not to say that nobody would buy like the side characters or these supplemental characters, but the vast majority are going to buy like the headliners, right? Like most people are going to buy Spider-Man before they buy Doc Ock, which is again not to say, you know, that nobody's buying Doc Ock, but Spider-Man, you know, so that's where people naturally gravitate to, especially when these things are expensive, right? So I noticed that a lot. A lot of people are always like, well, why don't they make this figure? I'm like, well, is it going to sell? Because that's really what it comes down to. Okay, yeah, you'll buy it, and maybe I'll buy it, and maybe 10 or 20 other people will buy it, or even like 500 people. But is that enough yet? Because with production, you got to make a lot, man, to really make the profit. So I'm kind of bounce around in chat because I know I'm a little behind with you guys, man. Damage Box says, I just received 7 of 9. Beautiful and a great ass. They roll on. Deep Space Nine. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Toys News Daily in the house. Good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. CBS Sci-Fi. I've paid well over the odds for more than one hot toy. Love the hobby, but what you love. Buy what you love. Yes. Had some good deals too. Over 250 figures now. That is an impressive collection, my friend. It's, and that's where it starts to get kind of like hard to manage sometimes, right? Because I've got like 100 something here and then probably like another 80 in the other room, and then it's just like, damn, I wish I could like, you know, setting up your display is like the other thing too, right? Like setting up your display is half the freaking hobby. You know, whether you're using, you know, custom shelves, whether you're doing DTOFs or other IKEA shelves, or you're getting Moji cases or something, you really got to plan on that, man. At least I feel like that, because you want to have a nice display, right? Otherwise, you're just collecting things and throwing them in a corner. And I know we all want our stuff to look great, you know. Kinky Sphincter in the house, man. No feet pics, bro. I mean, shit. OnlyFans or something, but Boba Fettuccine says must collect all Doctor Strange. Just got a notification that my Toys Battalion Sorcerer Supreme Wong is shipping from Lion Rock Toys. Hell yeah, dude. That actually looks pretty good, dude. Again, there's a lot of us out here, man. We collect third party, and a lot of third parties killing it, man. They really are. Nick Carmen in the house was good, dude. He says, I collect everything until about a year ago. Sold everything. 40 figures except Star Wars. Now it's much easier sticking to one thing. Dude, it is, man. Like, I'm comfortable in knowing that I collect original trilogy for Star Wars, and I'm good. But then I got all my friends out here and people in the community that try to enable me. You know, the Bad Batch is complete. I'm like, damn, that looks really good. I might want to get them. It's just 5 figures, right, guys? It's just 5. And then I'm like, shit. So even then, I'm still like struggling in my head of whether or not I'm going to pick up the whole Bad Batch. Because it's, for me, it's all or nothing for them, because I'm like, well, there's only 5. You might as well do the team. That's tough, man. It's tough. So, yeah, Duck's missile, man. Yeah, that was fun, dude. Toys News Daily says, I'm a Batman collector and this year has been hard on my wallet. Glad I can write off all my toy purchases for my biz. That's another beneficial thing, dude, right there. I'm with you. Because it's rough. And Batman, dude, yeah, Batman's fire, man. Whether you're picking up all the McFarlane line that they're doing, the 89 reissue, 2.0 from Hot Toys, plus whatever else may be coming from the Flash movie. It's so crazy, man. I'll go through a little bit of chat. I'm trying to catch up down here with you guys. Doc Smizzles, Howard the Duck confirmed. You guys know Howard the Duck is a Marvel property. I'm sure you guys know now, right? He's been in the movie, but a lot of people didn't know that. Brother Cousins, my man, if you can join, let me know, man. Says, that's very true. I enjoy setting up the display the most. Dude, I know. And Mario makes fun of me because he's like, dude, you keep rearranging your shit every week or two. And I'm like, well, I like to. I don't know. There's something about it. There's, and it's not about YouTube or anything either, because it's about like, what does it look like off the camera? Right? Because I'm the one in here. I have to look at this shit, You guys just see it until you don't watch me. So I'm always like, okay, how do I really want to set this up? It's a huge thing, man. It really is, man. And I'm with Brother Cousins. I love setting the displays up. It's just fun. CBS Sci-Fi says, so many of them still in boxes were definitely plastic spec. Yeah, plastic spec. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that is true. Damn It's Box says, Mars Toys has now got a bit of my soul with 66 and 89. Alfred, I know, like, dude, and I'm getting all that. Everything Mars Toys is doing, that I am getting, man. I'm getting all 66, all 89. I just have to. That's part of like how I feel with the OT, with Star Wars. Like, I just have OT. That's how I feel with that, with 66 and 89 and 95. To tell you the truth, it's pretty good, man. Have kids. I'll focus your collection real quick. Yeah, it will. You're right. You're right about that, man. Jermaine says, if we had loads of space, I feel like we wouldn't worry about as much of collecting different properties. But money can be an issue, no doubt. Well, yeah. I mean, listen, if we all had if we take a moment and we say, hey, you know what? Money is no object. Space is no object. Dude, we'd all have everything. And nobody can tell me any different. If you just had infinite cash and infinite space, you just get everything. I think most people would. They'd be like, well, cool, fuck it. I got it. Let's just grab it. But that's what also makes it kind of fun too, right? Because all our displays look different. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different creative styles on how they want to display their stuff. Everybody has different visions of stuff. That's what was cool about Saturday night's live stream, right? Where we kind of did this community show and, another community showcase and looking at everybody's, their collections and their displays. And it's awesome because there's so many variations. Everybody does some really cool stuff, man, in their own way. And you can look at somebody's collection and be like, wow, I never even thought to do that, for example, and just admire, there's an art form in displaying your collections. There really is. I truly believe that, man. Mike Bell says, what's up, Mafia? Digging this chat. Question, since you acquired your 66 Batmobile, has your thoughts on Pop? Yeah. Okay. So Mike, I haven't committed yet, but I'm leaning towards Jazz Inc. for the 89 Batmobile. Because this was, the 66 was my first vehicle from him. And I'm completely ecstatic. It's an amazing piece. So with that said, all right, well, you know what? If it's just as good as this, man, I would prefer, I think, going down that same path. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I'm leaning more towards Jazz Inc. Yost is he's pulling on my nostalgia with that, dude. So, and then with Hot Toys is freaking DeLorean shit. I'm so irritated with that, which I'm still gonna get because I have to have the DeLorean, but I'm gonna have to mod the shit out of it. But thinking forward, I'm like, man, I hope the Batmobile is not as bad, you know what I mean, from them. So shiny in the house. How you doing today, my friend? Figures first, display first, community accepts all kinds. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Jermaine says, I love setting up the displays as well. That's what collecting is all about for me. Dude, and that's what makes it tough, man. Like, I have to move at some point. And when I do, I'm really trying to think of like how I want to do this, because I don't really, as much as I like what I have behind me, I don't also like having like a wall of just figures. But that's wherein lies the problem, right? Because like I would have this big chap life-size alien bust or a Terminator bust or a third scale Predator, and a nice movie poster or some art prints mixed with some 6 scale. I like mixing scales. I like mixing that. That's part of like what you're saying, right? Setting up your display. That's just fun, man. But there's too much good shit out there. James says, I spent the last 6 weekends building out my Maji case I ordered in 2021. Been fun, but finally done and just loading it up. Dude, congrats. It's crazy how many figures I've been buying but never could display. Dude, there's nothing like it. There's really not, man. And I don't have my cases yet, but like even building my stuff, right? It's like finally you feel a little liberated, but also kind of not, right? At the same time. First you're like, oh nice, I got space, I can put all this shit out here. And then you're like, oh god, now I've got more room, so now I can buy more stuff. And it's just, yeah, dude. Boba Fettuccini says, Mafia, the live streams have been really great, really digging them. Thank you, my man. I'm glad everybody's digging them. I really am, dude. That's what it's all about. As long as everybody's having fun and they're not like, damn, this is annoying, shut the fuck up, then I'm good, right? So do appreciate it. Jose says, I want to get the 95 Batmobile from Jazz Inc. I got the Falcon cockpit from them. Love it. Hell yeah. Dude, I that's the problem, right? Because I got the 66, then I want to get the 89, and then do I get the 95? And then you're like, fuck, I got 3 Batmobiles. I guess that's okay, but then it's like I'm just 3 Batmobiles. That's a lot. And I got a DeLorean, I got an Ecto 1. It's like shit. So it's tough, man. 84 watching, smash the like, family. That is absolutely right, my friends. Let's hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you're enjoying this content. If not, I appreciate you stopping by anyway and taking the time to check it out. Local Lou in the house, man. What's up, Lou? How you doing, brother? What's popping, people? Hit that like button, man. Hope you're doing good, Lou. I'm talking to you in a little while. Bob Dylan says, I'm getting my DeLorean carpets from Mike Lane today. Sadly, no car yet. Yeah, Mike Lane, those mods, dude, badass, bro. So you're gonna end up getting everything, Bob, and all these cool mods and attachments, and have no car. Well, hey, when the car comes, dude, you're like, fuck it, I got everything. I'm good to go. Good to go. Payne says, get a 3rd scale Predator. Do it, bitch. Do it. Dude, nah. Do not tempt me, Frodo. I really want it, but shit, dude. Yeah, dude. So Star Ace just released Apollo Creed from Rocky. At least they announced it. A friend of mine actually did the sculpt. It looks great. I would like to see what happens with final product though, through production, because I do want an Apollo Creed, especially because with Stallone's, his legacy collection or whatever he called it, Stallone's got his stuff coming out. He's gonna do a Rocky. You can't not do a Rocky for Stallone's own stuff, right? So I think that'd be really cool, man. Papa's in the house. Was good. Says, evening. I collect Star Wars primarily, but I do have other IPs and different scales mixed in to create interesting layers and aesthetics. Predator, Terminator, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future. My man, dude. My man. That's what it's all about right there for me. And that's the thing. I mostly collect everything 80s and 90s. Mostly 80s, a little bit of 90s, right? Batman and Robin, The Crow. There's some other stuff, but it's very, mostly 80s, man. I love all that. So, let's see who else is in the chat while we move around. The body's too big for Apollo, but perfect for Adonis. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. We will have to see how it comes out, bro. Mike Bill says, facts on all you mentioned. I'm facing the same crossroad. Thanks for sharing, Chad. Hey, man, appreciate it. It's tough. We do have to think about these things. We can't just buy shit willy-nilly. It doesn't work, man. I mean, it does for a while until you realize you're like, what the hell did I do? And then, you know, you got a lot of people selling stuff, changing it up. Always try to go slow, man, I think. Commander Green says, exactly, Anthony. Posing and changing up the display helps fuel me. Plus, like, you, the photography. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I love the photography. I gotta check some real quick. Is this dude here? Is my roommate taking care of this? I think my roommate just took care of that. I hope. Just had a package delivered and I did not get up to answer the door. But all good. And that's the thing, right? I like taking photos, so that's the other problem, right? You want, sometimes you get something just because you're like, yo, I want to take some cool photos of this. I don't know about you, Mafia, but I would love some figures from David Cronenberg's The Fly. Yeah, dude, give me a Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum. Oh man, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, dude, they're really doing some good stuff, man. I don't know if he doesn't own the rights. I don't understand how it works, right? A couple guys are saying that, but he is Sylvester Stallone. I'm sure if he really wanted to, he can figure out how to get his rights, or at least some kind of something. Because he is Rocky, and he's gonna want to have a figure of him, of Rocky. That's like his baby. So it's, I don't know. It's tough. OG fan in the house. What's good, bro? He says, I find it interesting that I hired a photographer to shoot the collection, and it was such a terrible experience I couldn't even go back into the room for 2 weeks. It killed my joy temporarily. Really? That's interesting, man. You'll have to elaborate on that a little bit. Dale in the house says, what's up, Mafia? Where's the best place to pick up that 66 Joker, in your opinion? Well, I would always recommend, if you're buying overseas, to buy from 1/6 Kit, because he's been in the game forever and he's got excellent service, and he is not Toys Wonderland. However, I think they're out right now, so honorable mentions, you know, Toys Buying Agent Tim Cent is pretty cool, if this is assuming he has it in stock. But Mars Toys did mention that they'll probably do another run in April, so if you really want the 66 Joker, and it does, if they do run it again next month, I would wait. Try not to buy anything after party, or, you know, after market, because most likely they're going to do another run. So I wouldn't pay over, or I wouldn't overpay, right? From like a private seller or something like that. So that's my best guess for right now. Peyton 23, my dude, says, Mafia, did you get that new Cobra figure? I would like to, and I need to check to make sure that I still can. The problem with Stallone's shit is, like, they want money in full. Like, there's no pre-order, bro. That's like, here, drop $300 today. And I'm like, shit, I don't know if I want to do that. So I don't know. That's a tough one. But I do want them. I have to have Cobra, dude. I have to. 4K Media Guy, what's up, Jesus? I want Terror for 2 Art, the Clown, and Slingshot Hot Toys. Man, Hot Toys is like, I don't know lately, man. It's just been all Disney shit. So I don't know what they're gonna do, man. It was the deal he made to make Rocky in the first place. Yeah. Well, I would love another Rocky, because Hot Toys did the line years ago, but they've seen better days. Big Rib in the house. What's up, bro? He says, what's up, Mafia? Thanks. Watching your stream will make my work day go faster. Hey, man. Appreciate, man. Hey, man, I love when you can get through, man. Through the days, man, at work. Yeah, no, he doesn't have it anymore. So like I said, they may end up doing another run in April. So one-time discount codes. Oh yeah, look at that. Thanks, Bob. These are one-time uses right there. That is true. If you do buy from 1/6 Kit, that's how it works. Your first purchase, use one of these codes. It's not repeatable code. You can only use it one time, but thank you, Bob. Doc Smizzle says, my collection room is also my office. When I work from home, and sometimes after spending 8 hours in here dealing with stressful clients, Don't come back here in the next day. See, the problem with that, man, is that sucks, kind of, right? Because if you're like, well, this is cool because this is my room, but I also work in here, and if I'm having a shitty day, then I don't even want to be around my collection. But I understand if like that's how it's set up, but that's frustrating. I know that can be frustrating. Because you're not mad at your figures, right? You wanna love them. They want your love. So you know what I'm saying. Toys Wonderland screwed me over, Mafia. They canceled my 66 Joker. Said they had insufficient stock and got their quantity wrong. My deepest sympathies. Do not buy from Toys Wonderland unless you absolutely feel like you like that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, man. Some people have good experience. I certainly haven't, and it's just nightmare after nightmare is all I hear about for years lately. Purchase at your own peril, risk something. I try to pick other places, so I apologize, man. That sucks, bro. I feel you, man. I feel you. But I think they're gonna do another one. I think they're gonna do another run in April. Saw Batman Forever in the theater. Not a fan. That Jazzing Batmobile from Ever and Mars Toys Riddler and Two-Face may have to be purchased. So you saw it in the theater, but you're not a fan of it. But you want all the stuff? Am I understanding you correctly? Because, like, I saw it in the theater too. And it was that time in life, though, that was kind of fun, right? Like, for me anyway, I was a teenager. You know, so it was with my friends, right? Whereas with Batman Returns, I saw that in the theater with my mom when I was younger. So even though I'm not a big fan, so I think I understand where you're going with that, but like, because I'm not a huge fan of Batman Forever, but it was fun enough because of the time, you know, that it took place in my life. So I do have some memories there, man, and I'm like, all right. So I want them all. I do, even though like Batman 89 is my favorite. The only place I can find the Mars, Prank Jokers, Toys Wonderland, or Comic Sanctorum. Those are both the same places. Don't fall for the deception. I'm such an asshole. I'm just trying to look out for you guys. I swear. I swear. Oilers in the house. What's up, brother, man? Where's my French toast at? I don't know. I don't know, brother. I do not know. Hey, TW stands for the worst. I like that. I like that, man. I like that. That's funny, dude. I haven't heard it that way before. OG fan says 30 hours, 2 consecutive weekends, and only had 15 seconds of video and just couldn't get on this. Oh, no, okay. In reference to the photographer. Oh, shit. Really? People talk a lot of shit, and I have low tolerance for bullshit. Yeah, you and me both, bro. I'm sorry that had happened. Bob Dylan says playing with yourself definitely helps pass the workday. He's not wrong. Sometimes you just need a pause and toss. Go hit the bathroom. Do what you got to do, guys, and get back to work. Commander Green says, I went down the rabbit hole on the toys buying agent site and I couldn't stop drooling. I know there's a lot of good shit, dude, out there. Yeah. So I can catch up a little bit on chat here. I missed something here pertinent, man. Let me know. Damn it, Spock's celebrating 10 months, dude. My man, of channel membership. Thank you so much, dude, for that ongoing support. He says, please, someone make just one John Candy figure. Yeah, dude. Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck. I mean, you planes, trains, and automobile. I mean, dude, I love John Candy. Home Alone, Cameo. There's so much. Stripes. I can go on. I miss John Candy, man. Breakfast with Mafia. Oh yeah, well I don't have any French toast, bro, because I'm all keto, man. So I'll give you some eggs. You want some eggs? Come on by. Pick you up some good shit. My man said, hey, fat man, you know, bro, you're at work. You're like, you know what? I need a minute. Don't lie. Don't lie. You've all done it once. The idea of a complete line and the uniqueness of Forever is why I want the line. Good point. I have to separate the 1/6 items from the movie. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, man. Like I try to do that sometimes as well with like sometimes I can't do it. Sometimes I can't do it. Like my disdain for the sequel trilogies forbids me from owning any of the figures. So it's like that one's a little tough for me because even though like Crate Luke is a really nice sculpt, even the Force Awakens Han Solo, I can't help it. I can't help but like not buy them because I look at them and I'm just reminded of that. So that's just a weird thing I think that I have. Not everybody does. Oh shit, Bob Dylan. Oh, you know, I wasn't going to bring up anything on screen, but I think I'm going to now in a second. Hell yeah, bro. Dan and Carbonite also in the house. What's up, brother, man? He says, for me, I need the 3 Jaws main characters. Surely these will sell well. One would think, man, but I don't know about like a lot of the younger generation if they know of Jaws, but Jaws is timeless. Jaws is still the reason 41 years later I ain't fucking with the ocean. I'm not. I don't know. And it wasn't even so much. I mean, it was Jaws in the beginning. But then I started watching all this like Shark Week shit and all this other weird shit because you're like, oh, you know what? Confront your fears, right? That's what they say. So here I am watching Shark Week. And this whole fucking family is getting eaten by sharks. Like I remember this time they went down to the beach. The kid went in. The kid got his leg fucking ripped off. They went back next summer. The same family. The other kid got his arm ripped off. I'm like, yo. So that didn't work for me at all. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good without ever going in the ocean. At least independently. Like I would maybe go on a cruise because I think we have enough technology nowadays where we're not gonna have like another Titanic situation. So we should be okay. But hell no, I ain't going swimming in no ocean, bro. Fuck that. But I digress. Fuck sharks. I want Dumb and Dumber figures of Lloyd and Harry in their tuxes. That would be cool, man. Hell yeah. Toss in the collection room. Oh, it's funny, man. Who would buy a George Clooney Batman? I mean, at this point, it's like the only one they haven't made. So, do you buy it as for completionist sake? I don't know. Wrath of Khan. Yeah, brother. I do agree though. The original Jaws is the best. I still watch it, but it's just like, yo, I don't want to mess with water. That shark is a fan of Full Metal Alchemist. Hell yeah. John Candy from Blues Brothers. That would be another great choice. But you're right. Jaws is classic. It is classic, dude. Still can't swim at dusk or dark because of Jaws. Man. Yeah. It's yeah. Commander Green says, they say lightning can't strike twice in the same place twice. The shark said, fuck that. It did. I swear to God, man, I was watching this Shark Week and I was like, yo. Or like, okay, you know, my grandfather was in World War II. He was in the Navy. Fought the Japanese, Battle of Midway. There was the Indianapolis, right? The USS Indianapolis, and our ship sunk, and all the soldiers were stuck in the ocean floating on debris and life rafts, and one by one they started getting eaten by sharks, bro. I'm like, can you imagine that? I'm like, no. Why are we talking about sharks? I don't know, but dude, that's rough. Jason, my man, says, I told them I would never buy from them again. I canceled an order I had, and they said the store credit would be there, so I could use that for a purchase. It's still not there. It's been 3 weeks. Dude, it's messed up. We need Masters of the Universe figures in live action, like a Dolph Lundgren, what's his name? Tom Paris from Voyager was in there. Jeez, man. That would actually be pretty cool. Casual Nerd Problems in the house. Sup, peeps? Had they made Game of Thrones already in 1.6? Yeah, I mean, we got, who is it? Is it Asmus doing Game of Thrones? I know InArt's going to be dabbling in there. I think it's Asmus, man. Somebody let me know in the chat. I don't remember. Wonder Woman 84 is why I can't buy the Golden Armor figure. I saw Shazam yesterday and it was just okay. However, I want a Shazam figure big time. Some movies are so bad I can't buy anything. Was it bad? Dude, I don't think they had any. Was it 3-0? Okay, guys, it was 3-0 for Game of Thrones. Asmus did Lord of the Rings. That's right. I didn't even know Shazam was coming out. It's like they didn't even promote it. I mean, they really didn't. And I don't really blame them either, because if DC's so damn disjointed, it's like, why am I going to go? For me, it's like, why do I want to go watch this movie if you're just going to reboot everything at this point? But yeah, dude. I do want that Wonder Woman 84, though. I do want that just because I have my Nightmare Batman and Black Suit Superman. And I think she's probably the best Wonder Woman that we've had so far from Hot Toys. I don't care about color palettes, you know, because they're darker looking, like in the Nightmare scenario, and you know, she's vibrant, but I love those colors for her. So I don't mind having all three of them and then be like, that is my Trinity representation for the Snyderverse that is probably no more. I mean, though he did tease something, so who knows, man. Cybernetics Collectibles, what's up, man? Just wait until Cocaine Shark comes out. Dude, fuck that, man. Fuck that, man. Like that Sharknado movie and shit? Nah, dude. Mugwump, I love Columbo. Bob Dylan knows I love Columbo. I would love a Columbo figure. I would never go to the ocean, the scariest place on earth, in my opinion. You and I are one and the same on that, my friend. We can't even explore the depths of the ocean. We've been to space and we can't get to the bottom of the ocean. The shit that's down there, I don't even want to know. Can you imagine? Besides sharks, yo, those were access sharks. Yeah, they pretty much were, bro. I wish some of the third parties would make some RoboCop stuff, like a Clarence Boddicker. Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. That is perfect for third party. And maybe something will happen now that Hot Toys is putting out another RoboCop. Maybe that'll spark some interest. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Doc Smith says, my grandfather was also in the Pacific Theater. He was on the Dragon Lady ship. He wrote some really sad war stories and poems about ships being hit by kamikazes. Whoa, man. I don't know what that's awesome, but also not awesome, right at the same time. But that's, man, different generation, man. Just different times, man. My grandfather was awesome, dude. He had a lot of stories too, man. Oilers says, I jumped in the ocean and swam with a dolphin in the Red Sea. As soon as I couldn't see the dolphin, I had a panic attack. I got back on the boat. Only time I swam in the ocean. Thanks, Spielberg. Yeah, dude. So it's scary, right? I'd be like, I'm out. I just can't do it. It's not for me. Dana Carbonate says, after watching Mario's Joker review, I want one now. But when is that Mars 66 Batman out? As I would have had to pick that one up too. Whoa, again, like I think they're sold out now, but they should have. They're mentioning they'll possibly do another run in April next month. So, yeah, still fun. Okay. What you get over those Zerg nuts and sharks, man? What's up, About Future? How you doing, man? 900 men went into the water. 300 came out. Sharks did that. Yeah, dude. Sharknado versus Cocaine Bear crossover. I think the Cocaine Bear is going to win, bro. Yeah, it's the greatest generation, dude. 100%, man. I've given up on Namor Hot Toys. Yeah. I mean, never say never, but I don't know. I'm more afraid of bottlenose dolphins. They don't understand the concept of consent. Whoa. Oh, yeah. It's funny, dude. Did you ever see that sci-fi movie Underwater with Kristen Stewart? I saw The Abyss. That's a great movie with Ed Harris. I think James Cameron directed that. I'm trying to think of another underwater movie. Kristen Stewart, though. I don't think she was in that movie. I want to see someone tap that Jurassic Park license in 1/6. Me too. Me too. Me too. Fellas, trust me. There are some things in the deep, vast blue. I spent the better part of my life on the ocean. When they arm the guys with rifles at the top of the ship while you're in water. Yeah, bro. Jason would know. Sphere was underwater 1998. Was that the movie? Oh man, I haven't seen it. And if I did, I don't remember it, so I'll check it out, man. Okay, so Jose Hernandez, my dude, says, so Rocky is teased in the Star Race promo pictures of Apollo. I'll have to take a look. I'm really wondering what they're gonna do, man. She did a good job, and the film recreated the claustrophobia of the sphere and the abyss very well. Hell yeah, man. I gotta watch it then. Samuel Jackson, Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, shit, dude. All right, where the hell have I been? You think I probably would have watched that growing up, man. Mafia not remembering the sphere is so meta. I got nothing. I got nothing, man. Look, 98. I may have seen it. I may have seen it. Those were the drug-induced years, man. I may have seen it and I don't even remember. Seriously. I'll look it up. Maybe we'll watch it. I'm going to share this because Bob showed me this. Real quick. I don't really have much to show, but let's bring it up. That's pretty dope. Look at that. Look at that. There's your John Candy right there, man. That's pretty awesome. I like that, bro. Okay. That shit's expensive, man. Customs are expensive, man, unless we end up getting like a third party or something. Toys News Daily said, I don't understand how no Andor figures have been announced. Not even third party filling in that void. I think the issue with Andor is that while I like Andor, I think a lot of the Star Wars fans are like, oh, it's like Andor, right? Like they're like, it's boring, it's slow, it's not their pew pew, you know, lightsaber action Star Wars. And I think the general consensus from Hot Toys is probably like, well, most people don't want the figures, is what I'm thinking, but I'm probably fucking wrong. But yeah, we still haven't seen anything, right? And I think Andor's cool, and I think it should have figures. In fact, I think it'll be the first Star Wars IP that Hot Toys would not make, right? I mean, they've made every IP. They've made every IP, like episode, 4, 5, 6. They've done some 1, 2, 3s. They've done the sequels. They did Rogue One. They did Solo. They did Mando. They Book of Boba Fett. They did Obi-Wan. They're doing Clone Wars. So, I mean, I would expect some Andor, but I'm just surprised we haven't seen anything yet, man. It's crazy. Deep Blue Sea. Is that the movie? That's the one with Samuel Jackson. I remember that. Have you ever seen Deep Rising with Jean from X-Men? Awesome monster movie. I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man, that he comes with the drill. If any of you guys got the World War II figures from Didco, one more to pick up, then I have the full set. Hey, what do you need, bro? I'm trying to sell mine. I'm dead ass serious. I forget who I have left. I don't have Miller anymore. I gotta go look. I got three left. I don't even know if I sold Mellish, because I think he just came out recently. Anyway, I digress. But I have been trying to get rid of them as much as I like them. They just don't fit my collection. So I had 6 of them. I sold 3 of them. I got 3 left. We also need an A-team and 1/6 and Lethal Weapon, Briggs and Murtaugh. Dude, yeah, man. I'll take all that. Hannibal Face, Mr. I want, if nothing else, dude, give me a fucking Mr. T. Give me a Mr. T in 1/6, bro. You could put Mr. T in any 80s collection, and he's like, oh my God, I love Mr. T. Mr. T was the role model, bro, for us back in the day, man. He really was. I love him, dude. Harry Crumb, hell yeah, dude, that would be cool too, man. A lot of variants for that one. People have the attention span of 5-year-olds these days. They do. It's like the TikTok generation, and I think that's where a lot of people were turned off by Andor. I think a lot of us who are older or may have just different tastes enjoyed it for what it was, but I know a lot of people did not. Which is a shame, because like I am the opposite. I did not enjoy Book of Boba Fett. I did not enjoy Obi-Wan. I would argue that I think Boba Fett was better than Obi-Wan. but that's me. Not everybody's gonna agree with that, of course. Chronicle collectibles, yeah, I don't know what happened with Chronicle though, right? But they did do Dr. Grant Velociraptor. Sideshow sold it. We do need it again though. We do need it again. Deep Blue Sea was how I learned how to make a good omelet, thanks to LL Cool J's character. Hell yeah, man. That's funny. Oh, is he doing a Clubber Lang? That's what he's doing. He's doing a Clubber Lang. All right. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take Clubber Lang. That's Rocky 3. Rocky 2. Rocky 2. Rocky 2. Fuck, man. It's been a minute. I think it was because he... Was it Rocky 2? It was Rocky 2, right? I want to say 2 or 3. It's 2. I think it's 2. I'm probably wrong. Maybe. That's right, man. Yeah, that shit's good, man. Is it 3? Because who did he fight in 3? Or because he fought Apollo. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've seen Rocky. Because they team up in Rocky 4. Yeah, I think you're right. It was 3. Rocky 2. Apollo, yeah. God, I gotta watch these again. It's been years. I didn't watch Creed 3 because I hear that I heard it was good, but it's weird that Stallone's not in it. So hell yeah, it just opened my 66 from Jazz Inc. Oh my god. What up, Jay? Welcome to the 66 crew. Tropic Thunder line. Hell yeah, give me that Tom Cruise, bro. That should be awesome. 2 was the rematch. Okay, 3 was Clubber Lang. All right, you're right. Okay. Man, 4 is whatchamacallit, Drago, Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, you're right. 1 and 2. Yeah, Creed 3 is amazing. All right, well, I would like to check it out because I like Creed 1 and 2, but it was just so he's not needed. Okay, all right. Well, give me a Clubber Lang. I'll take a Clubber Lang because it's a Mr. T, bro. And then all we got to do is get some feathered earrings, some jewelry. We can convert him into an official Mr. T. Get some overalls for him. I must break you. That's right. Fucking love Rocky 4, man. Stallone just did that director's cut. I need to check it out, man. One line I would collect that I can't believe hasn't been made is WWE Legends and dude, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dan. Like, give me a Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Rowdy Rod Piper, Hulk Hogan, right? I mean, Bret the Hitman Hart, yeah, Undertaker, all these guys. Like, I'd have a problem though, because then I'd be like a kid again when you buy the old WWF figures. So I couldn't. I would have to probably just get Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, and then call it and just be like, no more, man, because I'd end up getting a bunch. Oh, that would be great. Another, yeah, dude, let's do another RDJ. That'd be awesome. I would love it, man. Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Razor Ramon. Yeah, dude. Guys, we're having a good time, man. Just shooting the shit here. If you guys are just tuning in, 100 in the chat, sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. We're on the road to 5K, guys. We're almost there, actually. What are we at right now? 4797, so 203 more to go, and we will be at 5K. That's gonna be awesome. Appreciate everybody tuning in and showing support. I was in disbelief when I found out Dolph wasn't Russian. Doesn't even speak it, but he does speak 3 languages. Dolph Lundgren's, yeah, dude, he's got a lot of degrees, man. He's a smart dude. Let's see. I collect WWE signed figures too. It's gone crazy in the last 12 months. Has it really? It's interesting. Because I don't really follow that side of collecting, so I don't know. So that's interesting to know. That's right, the Mega Powers, bro. Come on, man, the Mega Powers. You're gonna make me do it. You're gonna make me do it right now, man. Let me see. Can I find it? Maybe. the amazing 2-minute. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're totally segueing because I want to show. I just got to, man. I just have to. Where's it at? Where's my tab? All right. Where's it at? Go back. Click this. Click this. Can we share this right here? Dude, come on, man. That's so good. That's so damn good. Oh, Jesus, man. What the hell am I watching? You're watching the greatest. The greatest, man. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, 1987. I mean, I was a kid. Dude, I love that stuff, man. I would love to have both of them. I really would. These guys look like they are on coke. Well, you're not wrong, man. Yes, exactly. Imagine these guys in 1/6. I'm all in. But Macho Man would have so many different outfits too if they did them right. God, that would be great. Unlimited power. Hell yeah, man. I loved it, man. Hell yeah, man. You had to get that big to pull off that hairstyle. Bald mullet. Brave choice. Bro, I'm fucking dead. Oh my God. Yeah, man, right? Because who else could pull off that bald mullet like that? The skullet. I don't think anybody could but Hulk Hogan. Oh, man. Stay away from drugs, kids. Yeah, man. Oh, the announcer had the largest testicles between the... Yeah, Mean Gene, bro. I loved Mean Gene, dude. He was so cool, man. Such a entertainer. They all were, man. Yeah, man. So we totally digress. We go down the rabbit hole of the old school WWF, man. I miss that stuff. I'm telling you, the reason why wrestling sucks today is because there isn't charisma nor mic skills. Yeah, man. I loved that. Do you remember when Macho Man, was it like WrestleMania 5? And he just had that, like, that death in his eye, man. Coming after Hulk Hogan. That shit was deep, bro. When you were a kid, you're like, damn. And that's why I never got to wrestling. Dude, I loved it growing up, man. Shit. How much coke was snorted before that promo? I mean, dude, I don't know, brother. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior promos. Exactly, man. Those are crazy. They were all badass, bro. Dude, yeah, Macho Man. Macho King. Dude, Bobby Heenan. Yeah, dude. I've sculpted Macho. Yeah, hey, man. Good shit, dude. 9-year-old me was bugging out over that. Yeah, bro. You never heard of the skullet? That's yeah, man. I used to make fun of people like that. Like with friends of mine, be like, "Yo, man, shave off that skullet, man. Embrace the baldness." Like that's what I had to do. Because my hair used to be like really long. I mean, I've been a metalhead my whole life, and so it's so weird. If you look at older pictures of me or something, I got no hair now. It sucks. But as they say, smaller potatoes makes the steak look bigger. Hell yeah, dude. That's hilarious. Late 80s and 90s wrestling was the best. Yeah, dude. It really was. It really was. The 80s were the best, powered by the Colombian marching powder. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good, dude. Only Hulk Hogan and that wizard from the Avengers could pull off a bold mullet. He did, right? God, I forget the name of him. Obsidian Order. What the hell is that guy's name? But you're right. I think he had kind of a mullet going on too, man. I'm glad I brought this up. That would definitely be very popular. I'm telling you, there really would. I think people would be, people would entertain that. I think they would. I really think they would, guys. I really, really do. Ebony Maw, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I forget, man. I like Avengers. I liked shit, man. I liked Infinity War. I don't know why whatever. I'll just say I liked Infinity War more than I liked Endgame. I think Infinity War felt to me more like Empire Strikes Back in the sense that, Infinity War ends and you know it's bullshit, right? You're like, well, they're not gone, right? Spider-Man's come. We knew they weren't gone, but it just, I think Infinity War, the way the whole movie flowed was badass, and then the way it ended, you're like, fuck. But that was smart marketing on their part, right? Because then they just, not that they needed to, but they absolutely guaranteed with the ending of that movie that they were going to fill in the seats, dude, for fucking Endgame. Because when you left that theater or whatever, when you stopped watching Infinity War, you were like, damn, dude, like I really need to. I miss that shit. See, now I'm not even into MCU. I don't like anything they've been doing after Endgame. I just really haven't. I think WandaVision was cool and clever. I liked WandaVision. But I haven't liked shit, dude. Not gonna lie. I just really haven't. Oh, I got Andre the Giant work in progress too. Nice, bro. I always felt the same fashion designer made Randy's outfits and women's ski suits. Well, it was definitely that era, man. That style of clothing was, yeah, dude. 16 Shape says the first Avengers and Infinity War were the best Avengers movies. The rest are meh. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one, man. Did I enjoy No Way Home? I actually did. I did like No Way Home, but I don't know who to give credit to on that one because it didn't feel okay. So in my opinion, it didn't feel like an MCU movie. It felt like a Sony movie, which isn't a bad thing. I just don't feel it didn't have the tone of the typical MCU style like movie. So with that said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know there's a little bit of, I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia there for obvious reasons, but even if you take away that, I think No Way Home was a fun movie. It's an enjoyable film that I could go revisit. You know, I don't feel that way about a lot of the other stuff as of late. But No Way Home was fun, man. That was a good movie, dude. I really enjoyed it. He, she with big boobs in the house, man. What is good? Yo, how's everyone? We're just shooting the shit. We were just chatting it up, man. I see what you mean. Sony had, yeah. So I don't know. It didn't feel like an MCU film to me, if that makes any sense. Have I watched the Orville Mafia? I'm just getting into it. I wouldn't mind a few of the crew 16. I love the Orville. It starts out a little, you know, Seth MacFarlane's trying to find his way. There's a lot of like fart jokes and shit in the beginning, and then which is whatever. But then they find their stride, and it really feels like Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I think the Orville's great. I think the Orville's great, man. I wouldn't mind some 6-scale figures from them either. I need the Legion of Doom, dude. There's so much stuff we could have. It's crazy, man. It's the best thing since Endgame. Yeah, I would agree. I like No Way Home. It was really good, man. But lately I haven't been feeling it. It's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. I just don't feel like I've been feeling much of Disney in general lately. And I'm absolutely petrified that they're going to ruin the X-Men. And I really, really, really hope they don't. You know, I don't have much time left on this damn planet. I'm getting old, man. So it's like, if you're going to give me X-Men, like, do it right, please. Like, please. Because in my opinion, and this is me, it could be generational, it could be whatever. If you guys enjoy it, great. But I couldn't stand the Fox movies of X-Men. So in my opinion, I've already felt like, damn, we had an opportunity to have great X-Men and we didn't get it. So now if Marvel's doing it second time around, I'm like, dude, please do it. Just do it justice. That's kind of how I feel. The Orville's much better than I thought it was going to be. The Orville's great, dude. It really is. Getting the snow speeder from Jazz. Pretty cool. Hey, Marlon, that's awesome, man. One of our buddies in the community, CT603. I don't think he's here right now, but I think he's getting 2 of them. Man, it's crazy. So congrats on that, man, because that's a beast, man. 3 feet by 3 feet. That snow speeder. I thought about it, but I was like, yo, I don't know. R. Castro in the house. Whoa. Surprise live stream. Surprise. I just got home from work and Love and Mafia streams. While I appreciate it. While I stay young. Or those 2 sentences, they're separate. But either way, man, I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. Disney clueless idiots. I don't know what's going on with Disney. I really don't. I'll be honest, I have zero faith that Marvel will do X-Men right. Feels like that statement shouldn't exist. I'm with you, bro. We're one and the same. Look, faith in Feige. I mean, listen. We had him. We had faith in Feige. Well, what's been going on with him, man? What, is he asleep at the fucking wheel? Is he even a part of any of this anymore? I don't know. Again, that's my opinion, but I'm not alone. I'm not alone, man. because it was great, man. I remember having a blast going to see Marvel movies when they first started. Like, holy shit, you know, this is what we'd go do the midnights, right? Be like, oh hell yeah, it was all coming together, and it was like, it felt great, and you're like, this is going somewhere. It's culminating into something. I'm finally getting to see like Avengers, you know, on big screen, and like it's done right. And I don't feel that way anymore. I just don't. I didn't go see Multiverse of Madness. I didn't go see Wakanda Forever. What else did I not go see? I've watched them. I just watched them at home. I was like, eh. Well, you give me 10 years ago, bro, I was hitting those midnight showings. Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, Doctor Strange, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. I love Iron Man 3. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved Iron Man 3. I loved all 3 Iron Mans, but you know, going out and seeing those, I was like excited to go to the theater. Like, fuck yeah, man, I can't wait. It was like an event. And I don't really feel that these days. It's oversaturation of the brand plus bad storytelling. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, he sold out. Variety was not the brains. Had nothing to do with it. It was just a producer. Well, whoever they have now is just not doing it for me. I miss those days. Sadly, the MCU is dead. Yeah. They're already changing Daredevil from the show, removing and recast. I know, and I get that Daredevil is the way he was in She-Hulk, but I'm so worried about his show and the fact that they're bringing, you know, John Bernthal back as the Punisher, though he said he would not come back if it wasn't done right. So I'm trying to have faith on that because I really enjoyed the Netflix shows, but I don't know. I enjoyed Wakanda Forever. Was not like, wow, this is the greatest. Like, I didn't feel that as much. I feel that way about Marvel movies, films, and starting to notice I'm feeling that way with Mando. I've been hearing that. I haven't even watched season 3 of Mando yet. Spread too thin. Yeah, Scott, I think, you know, they need to and I think they are, but I say they need to refocus. And, you know, they don't need to oversaturate us with stuff, man. So I would agree with that. Did you hear they're continuing? Yes, all the original voice actors who are still alive are coming back. The original writers are coming back. I can't wait. Let's, like, fingers crossed on that. Seriously. Iron Man 3 was the first one I did not like. You know, I didn't like it the first time. Like, the first time I watched it wasn't that I disliked it, but I wasn't a big fan because I was a little pissed off because I felt like I was misled, being a comic head, that I was like, oh fuck, the Mandarin's gonna finally be here, and it wasn't. So I kind of came out of the theater and I was a little pissed off, but after, like, I watched it again, I'm like, you know what, I do like the film. It didn't go the way I wanted, how I thought from the comics, but I still enjoyed it. Fat Batman says Iron Man 3 hits home for me. The PTSD, the anxiety attacks. Right. I mean, they humanized them a lot more. They hit home now after being through so much shit. Yeah. I know, man. So that's what I'm saying. I do enjoy Iron Man 3 now. I do. I hated the Netflix show. I didn't even watch season. Dude was Punisher for the first 5 minutes of his own show. Wait a minute. Hold up. Dude was Punisher for the first 5 minutes. Are you talking about the Punisher Netflix show? I enjoyed both seasons, but if that's what you're talking about, I enjoyed it, but I know it's not for everybody. But I liked him, man. I like him as Punisher. Mafia, does it annoy you that Disney is having an impact on Star Wars? No one is liking none of the new content apart from Andor. Dude, it does bother me. It does bother me. It does. It does. And I'm hoping they course correct. I wanted Iron Man, but got PTSD. Tony, I get it, right? Iron Man 3, it's terrible. Spent 90% of the movie out of the suit. The fake out pissed me off. That did. It did. But you guys are right. You didn't really get an Iron Man, right? You got more Tony Stark. So when I watch it that way and I go, okay, that's what this is about, then I try to appreciate it from a different angle. You see, it's like Zack Snyder's Justice League. A lot of people hated Man of Steel. And at first I was a little indifferent when it came out. I was like, yeah, what the fuck is this? This isn't Superman. But then I started to I said, okay, so this is Zack Snyder's vision. It's his interpretation and his direction. So then I started to look at it through a different lens, and I rewatched it and I was like, you know what? Actually, this is kind of a cool movie. Because my expectations were, like Christopher Reeves or, or some of the comic runs. But then once I was like, okay, let me see what he's trying to do. Right. And then Batman vs. Superman, I had some gripes, but I still really enjoyed it. I think they, Warner Brothers had this whole issue where they just rushed too much shit, in my opinion. We shouldn't have had a death of Superman so quick. The whole situation with Doomsday was weird. That whole thing, right? But when you watch those two and then you watch Justice League, you look at it as a trilogy, I really appreciate his vision. I'm like, okay, so that's kind of how I felt like with Iron Man. I'm like, okay, this is the direction they're going. I have to kind of pull away from my expectations as a lifelong comic reader. But even within comics, you even have to do that, right? Because you can be reading, like X-Men is totally different over the years. You got Hickman writing it, back when Claremont was writing it. There was always different writers can change the characters, and you might, so it's similar. It's like they have their vision. They're trying to continue and respect the source material, but they're also trying not to copy who came before them. So I try to look at it through those lenses sometimes and say, okay, you know what? Let me see what's their vision, man? And do I like it or do I not like it? And that's really it, right? I mean, let me see here with some chat. I know I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, man. Mando 3 is like a video game walkthrough, uninspired. It's paint by numbers. Picard 3 has emotional weight and actual acting. I love it, dude. I love Picard. I haven't watched season 3 of Mando yet. I haven't really felt the desire. I will watch it, but I just haven't felt the desire to watch it. JFK 21 in the house. What's good, my man? Coming in late to the party, but I see something working in the background. Yeah, man. So I ended up getting it was just the remote. It was just the remote for my 66, man. Yo sent me a new remote. Boom, turn right on. It's perfect, dude. Iron Man 2 was also very good. Yeah, I like that one. I do, man. Your whole display is impressive. Well, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. It's always a work in progress, as we were talking about a little earlier in the show, but we do what we can. Let's see. Oilers Workshop says, Man of Steel, Mystery Men, and Captain America, the First Avenger, are my top 3 favorite comic book films at the moment. Mystery Men. Yeah. Captain America, the First Avenger. And that's the other thing, right? That's what's interesting, because we all have different tastes in life and just through so many different facets, right? Because I loved Captain America, First Avenger. A lot of my friends are like, I didn't really care about this movie. And I look at them, I'm like, you fucking crazy? I was like, that was a great movie. But other people are just like, nah, I didn't like it. That's what's cool, though. We all have different opinions and tastes, so. But I stand by that. I love Captain America, the First Avenger. Slow and Low was good, man. Mandalorian brought me back to Star Wars. Me as well, my friend. Worried season 3 of Mando is being used to re-explain the sequels at Mando's expense. Oof. I hope that's not true. So far, season 3 has been flat for me. Damn, I haven't watched it yet, so I hope that's not true. I really do. Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. Oof, I agree with you on that. I thought that was weird, just like Ezra Miller, despite that person's weird shit. Regardless of that, I didn't think he was a good fucking Barry Allen. I was like, yo. But again, that's me. I didn't think that was the right portrayal for me. So I do question a lot of casting sometimes, man. My girlfriend called Mando season 3 boring. What do you think? Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so I love your Return of the Jedi display. Looks sick. Thanks, my man. Yeah, that's Jazz Inc.'s Emperor Throne. I'm always backwards on cameras. It's a throne room with the 2 royal guards, my Palpatine Deluxe, my Luke Jedi, and my Vader. Love it, man. Love it. Appreciate it. The first Avengers grew on me, actually. Like it more than Winter Soldier. Whoa. Meanwhile, we got Castro saying Winter Soldier was the best. Prove me wrong. Right? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, because, like, again, that goes back to what I'm talking about. Like, we all have different tastes, right? And I fucking love Winter Soldier. I really did. But I feel like they're 2 different movies, right? I mean, and they are. They are. So for me, I can't compare them. I mean, I suppose I could. I just don't. But I enjoy both of them for what they are. I like First Avenger because it feels like that classic Captain America origin with World War II and then getting frozen and coming to in modern day. That's the origin. They stuck the landing. So I love the movie for that. Plus, I love the Red Skull. But Winter Soldier had that spy thriller feel. It was more grounded. That scene with Nick Fury, you know, when they're all shooting at his car, and like there was a lot of good moments, and I like that stuff. You know, it's kind of funny because I love comics and I love superheroes and superpowers, but when I'm watching MCU, I kind of enjoy the more grounded stuff. It's kind of strange, right? I don't know if it's because all the newer Marvel movies are just all green screen and everybody's got, you know, whatever powers, and seemingly all their shit's like lazy nanotech suits now, and it just doesn't feel, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe it, I guess is what it is. I don't know. On the subject of collecting, do you think Hot Toys is slowly getting overtaken by third parties, and are people not ordering as much as they used to? Well, I mean, that's a good question, man. I'll say that I think third parties been doing pretty good. I don't think they're getting taken over, though. If anything, I think it helps facilitate the sales of Hot Toys. And, you know, that's often why, like, people wonder, like, why does Hot Toys not go after these third-party companies? And it's because, you know, the 6-scale community is kind of a small community. And I don't mean in the world of social media. I just mean as a fandom, right? It's not a very large... It's not like you're out, like, the Jordan community, you know, sneaker community and stuff, just as an example. Or Black Series or Marvel Legends. I mean, it's not as big as what we'd like to think it is. So when you have a bunch of third parties making stuff, and I've been lately using this as an example, but like the Jim Carrey Riddler, the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face from Batman Forever, the, you know, third party will put it out, Mars Toys puts it out, Hot Toys doesn't mess with them because people like us, or like myself, would be like, you know what, that's pretty cool, man. Now I really want to go buy the Hot Toys Batman and Robin. So it helps kind of push sales, you know, in a way, because again, it's not a very big community in that sense, a big market, as big as we'd like it to think. So, but to the second point, people are not ordering as much as they used to. I mean, things are just very, you know, money's tight. You know, we slow down a bit. It happens. I've been holding out until season 3 finishes to watch Mando. Me too, dude. That's what I was doing. Sad to hear it's not good since I love the first 2. I guess we'll have to leave it to our own judgment. You know, I don't know. I've been hearing a mixed bag, but I will watch it. So, you're missing nothing in Mando. He's as dumb as a bag of hammers now. Not a cool bounty hunter. He's a babysitter. Yeah, that sucks, man. I will watch it eventually, and then I'll just be like, all right, was it good? Was it bad? I won't know until I really watch it, but I like origin stories and superhero. I do too. I really do, man. The Dark Knight Returns animated 1 or 2 are my all-time favorite comic movies. Those are good. They're good. Bucky turns soft. I hate what they did to Bucky. I hate what they did to Hulk. Yeah, that's the other problem I have, man. Both the soundtrack, best soundtrack, both OST and various artists for the Winter Soldier. Yeah, dude, it is good. It is good, man. I told her I might need to break up with her for lying. Hell yeah. But the last episode was definitely not for casual viewers. That's what I've been hearing, man. No more heart in Marvel movies. So I'm not alone in this. That's good to know, because I wasn't sure, man. Rousseau Brothers said they wanted to make Cap feel as awesome as Wolverine, so they wrote him as hardcore as they could. Dude, it was badass, bro. Yes, the soundtrack makes Winter Soldier better than Civil War. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Shit was badass, man. They just dropped the Star Wars Jedi Survivor official story trailer. Looks good. I like that. I would like that. I liked Jedi Fallen Order. I beat it twice. I usually don't beat games twice, but I didn't do it twice in a row. I played it again a year later, but I did enjoy it. It was really fun, man. It had that Dark Souls vibe. I think it was a well-made game, so I'm looking forward to the sequel. Mando's like a slow motion car crash. It all leads to somehow Palpatine's return. Elliot. I know, it kind of sucks, man. Because all roads lead to the sequels, man. Before we get started, anyone want to get off? Freaking love Sid. Yeah, man. That shit was good, man. Civil War, yeah, it was also cool. That Black Panther and Spider-Man intro. I agree, man. Talk to David. Hey, that's right. You guys met up this weekend, this past weekend in person. We're both reducing figure pre-orders a lot. At least we haven't seen Mando in a Bacta tank yet. You're right about that, Bob. You're right about that. Let's see what else we got in the chat. I'm just kind of skipping around here, guys. We'll probably wrap here in a little bit, but I'll just, run through some stuff. Mando season 3 is not that bad, but it seriously needs a focused story, in my opinion. Okay. Again, I'll watch it. I've been trying to just save it up, man. Season 3 is Vespa free so far. Hey, Vespa free is a good sign. It's a good sign. Funky Cold Santa, my bro, in the house. I've been liking Mando 3. Hell yeah, man. Like I said, I haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna have to see what happens. For me anyway, right? Mugwalm says it's a shame for me that in Mando was one of the few Star Wars offerings I'd managed to enjoy since the original trilogy. That it started to veer towards those awful sequels is kind of killing my interest. I would think, and that's the problem, right? If that's what they're doing, they don't want to lose out on their investment in the sequel trilogy. So if they're gonna try, and I've said this I don't know if Mando's doing this again. I haven't watched it, but all roads lead to the sequel trilogy, bro. So they're gonna have to try to make some kind of sense of everything and bring it in somehow. And yeah, it sucks, dude. Could you do a game along Mafia for Jedi Survivor? I could put it. I mean, I could put it on my YouTube channel, but realistically, if I did, I would probably just do it on Twitch. That way I don't like clog the channel up. I do play some games on the YouTube channel, but I know it's not as, a lot of people get alerts, hey, I'm live, and then they're like, hey, what the hell is this? And they're not, so I may just dedicate that to Twitch. But yeah, I think that'd be fun, man. I think that would be fun. Next episode, Mando is totally going to be in a Bacta tank. We'll see, because Bob jinxed it, right? As you're saying, hell yeah. You ever been tempted to buy any Walking Dead merchandise? I have the 3-0 Sheriff Rick Grimes. So good, man. Let me tell you, man. I had the entire Walking Dead comic run. Almost all of it was graded. All the key issues I had signed by Kirkman and even some of the actors of the show. It was right around season 7 when Negan was showing up. I sold the whole collection for like a grip, man. I think it was like 13 or 14 grand. Sold the whole run because I knew in the comics, I was like, Negan was like the peak. And then after that, it was the show that was when the show was at its most popular. So it was almost like stock of sorts, like, what? Now's the time to sell. I just knew now was the time to sell. And, I don't really regret it. I had them, for years, because they came out when I was, working at the comic book store. So I had them since issue 1 and I was a big fan of the comics. But yeah, I've been kind of tempted sometimes. I wouldn't mind a Rick Grimes, but it doesn't really fit with my collection. So when Thrawn shows up, everyone will lose their marbles. I will get a Thrawn for sure. Because I know Thrawn through the books, dude, back in the early 90s. So I would love a Thrawn. And Thrawn would go to the OT. Thrawn would go to my OT shelf. That's just how it would be for me. Heir to the Empire. So everyone should totally expect anything after Return of the Jedi to start feeding into the sequel trilogy. Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, I don't look for the most part, nobody really spoils. So though, the internet, of course, will do stuff, but I do worry about key moments. Like if there's another Luke Skywalker's type event, man, that's going to be fucking ruined all over the internet. And then I'd be like, damn it. If it happens in like a middle of the season or something, then I'd probably get spoiled. But I don't know. I'll watch it. I was thinking about just waiting until the whole season, but I don't know. I think Cal Kestis will eventually show up. I thought Cal Kestis was going to be Luke in Mando season 2. I didn't think they were going to deep fake a Luke. So I was like, oh, a Jedi. Grogu's reaching out. And he's sitting on the damn, temple there. And it looks like the damn save point from Jedi Fallen Order. Those kind of Jedi glyphs and stuff. And I was like, oh. So in my brain, I was like, are they bringing him in? Is it going to be Cal Kestis? And then it was Luke. So, which I enjoyed. I just didn't expect it. I was thinking really, but I agree with you. I think Cal Kestis at some point will be in some type of live action Star Wars. Season 7 of Walking Dead was pretty bad, and Rick leaving was a terrible move. Yeah, but Andrew Lincoln was just kind of tired of working. I mean, I don't blame him. His family's over in London. He's out here in Georgia. So I don't blame him for it, but you're right, though. It sucked, man. Yeah, the Vespa game was weird. It was too prequel era. Yeah. Scott McDowell, good point. People used to hate the prequels. They really did. They really did. I was kind of one of them. Then Clone Wars started to change their minds. That was our biggest concern as Star Wars fans back in the day, right? It was like you had OT and you had the prequels. So most OT people were like, nah, I don't like the prequels. That was the biggest argument we ever had back in the day. I've learned to appreciate the prequels, but I'm still not a big fan of them. And I think the only reason I appreciate them more now is because we have the sequels, and I could say at least the prequels were, George Lucas, even though I think he was surrounded by too many yes men who didn't pull in the reins and be like, George, yo, what are you doing? Like if I was his buddy, I'd have been like, hey, this is kind of a dumb idea. Let's change it up. Like everybody was like, oh, okay, yes sir, and then so I don't know. The prequels have some good stuff in it, but it's different, man. I feel people I get people feeling burned by Book of Boba and Kenobi. I think Mando's season 3 so far is good. Valiant Archer, what's good, man? Yeah, I'll have to see, bro. I haven't watched it yet, so. Doc says, I thought it was going to be Cal Kestis too. That's too funny. Yeah, man, I really did. I can't wait for the new game. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars film for me personally. The first one I saw in the cinema. Well, there you go. You have there's some sentimental value there. Like that's how I am with the OT. Although I didn't watch them in the theater, I grew up watching them on tape all the time. That's like my Star Wars. So I understand there's a lot of people that your Star Wars are the prequels. That's what you guys grew up with seeing in the in the theaters and stuff like that, and then watching the Clone Wars. And so I totally get it, man. I respect everybody's love for any property they have, man. But for me, it doesn't hit for me the way the OT does. Walking Dead lost me the first time they did not commit to a death. I think it was Glenn. Oh, the dumpster fake out with Glenn. That was irritating as shit. And then as first the series did left to right. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. The only thing to make you mix your ex is a new girlfriend that's even worse. Then she ain't your ex anymore. She's your prequel girlfriend. Oh, that's funny, man. Do I want Amara Jade? Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I do. If she had no connection to Luke, that's so weird though, right? Like, how could you do that? Like, you would want. That's like saying, hey, do you want Han Solo to come around and but yet Chewbacca doesn't know who he is. So no, I don't think I'd like that. I don't think I'd like that. I would like to see Amara Jade, but not under those conditions. That's yeah. Glenn's death was the last thing I needed to see from the show. I stopped watching and only watched the series finale. I didn't even watch the series finale, bro. I don't even know how it ends. I don't even know how it ends, man. I totally quit after Glenn's death. Took me years to go back and finish. Almost quit twice. It's hard, man. Yeah. The comics were great. The comics were great. Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore in the beginning. The comics were great. They really were. And you know what? I did enjoy season 1 of The Walking Dead. That vibe, that tone, that grain, the directing, everything about it, the grittiness. Season 1 of Walking Dead was freaking cool, man. And I know it was filmed as a 6-parter, and like that was a wrap. That's why they blew that shit up at the end, the CDC and all that. It was supposed to be done. If we just had the season 1, I'd be okay with that. And I can pretend that's all there was. I mean, I don't know. Season 2 was, I didn't like the whole barn thing. That shit that dragged. That's when they started to really drag out, and then it just kept dragging out season after season after season. So, for me anymore. Anyway, just got that $10 sideshow cash, longer delayed than all the events. I still haven't got that, so I don't know, man. Rian Johnson really killed the story of Luke Skywalker. You're not alone, Tingling, man. You're not alone. What if Mara Jade was an Inquisitor, like in Obi-Wan Season 2, if that had ever happened? I guess we would have to see. I don't know. Interesting theory. If they did it. I guess we just have to see how they do it, man. I don't really know. I don't really know. Anyway, guys, dude, this has been fun. It's almost 2 hours. We're just shooting the shit, man. I enjoyed talking with everybody and sharing thoughts. We were talking about collecting, and then we go into pop culture, and it's been fun, man. It's been fun. I think I'm gonna probably wrap though. Gotta get something to eat tomorrow, guys. I have my unnamed show on Tuesday. We're gonna talk about a few things. So stay tuned for that if you guys want to tune in. There's really nothing 6 scale. It's just a bunch of pop culture stuff. Talk a little about Resident Evil 4 comes out in a couple days, the remake. I'm super excited for that. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Talk about some other stuff. So if you guys want all, you know, just a round table discussion of various pop culture stuff, games, and you know, shows and statues and figures and all that shit, comics, we're gonna review you know, Secret Wars. Man, because it's been a while since I read that, and I loved it, and I reread it again last night a little bit. I was like, damn, I remember, dude, Secret Wars was dope. So we're going to talk about Secret Wars as well, if you guys want to tune in for some comic talk as well. But, yo, that's all I got to say, guys. I got to eat. So be sure to hit that like button. Man, it really helps. Really does help the algorithm if you haven't already hit the like. If you're not already subscribed, I do appreciate it. I noticed I got about like 19 to 20% my viewers are not subscribed, which is actually not a bad number, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. I appreciate it, man. We're on the road to 5K. So anyway, yeah, go get that French toast. Oilers Workshop says, I wish I could eat it, bro, but I'm on keto.